Hey good people, welcome back to the channel. We finally made it up here. I haven't been up here in a long time, as you know, if you guys are regular followers of the show, my dad passed away about a month ago now, and that's been consuming a lot of my time, and we've had, life happens, things have happened back at home. We had a real good friend of ours who lost his wife, and other things happen in life that kind of take priority before YouTube does. But we're back at the cabin. I was looking forward to getting up here and having some peace and enjoying the beauty of the North Woods. And as fate has it, times aren't always rosy at the off-grid cabin. So this trip already has started out kind of rough. Let's go outside. I'll show you what the heck is going on. I've got really less traveled roads that take me back to the cabin. And then the last, doesn't sound like much, but maybe quarter mile of my trip, it's a private road to get back in here. And because it's private, we don't have the county coming in and plowing, and it's just a real bear to get through here. So I had a quarter mile hike to get back in here. Once I finally got back in here, I went to start the plow truck, and this happened. Well, I can't even show you what happened. So it's just par for course. Like I said, this week is really starting out rough. When I fired up the truck, I went ahead, let it warm up, turned on the all the auxiliaries, got everything going, everything's working perfect. I go to turn on the lights, the auxiliary lights for the plow, and pow, I hear a snap, and all of a sudden I start smelling smoke, and I blew out the electrical system. Luckily it was just a couple of really large fuses that I have never seen before in my life, and I'm a car guy. So here we are, and I know it doesn't sound like such a big deal earlier when I told you I had a quarter mile walk back in here, but when snow is above your knees, it sucks butt. I was so happy to have the plow truck get here, get ready to plow out the driveway and the road to get down by my regular truck, and then this happened. So luckily I took some fuses from another part of the fuse block, and I swapped them out, and I at least got the plow to go up and down and to be functional. I got the driveway plowed out, only got stuck twice, and then proceeded to go ahead and plow the road, and then got my truck up in here. And finally, by about, I think it was about 1:30 or so last night, I finally got to bed. So we're off to a rocky start. Let's go ahead and see what today brings. So after hearing the weather forecast, I've decided to get back at the truck and see what I can do to get the plow truck going. And we are due for more snow, just what we need up here. Let me show you what's blown on the truck in the fuse block, and we're going to go ahead and get this truck fixed today. We're going to make that first priority. If the snow does come in, this truck is my lifeline to the outside world. If this thing is not running, there's no way in heck that I'd make it back into town, even with the best of four-wheel drives. So here's my fuse block on the old Chevy. And if you notice, the tops of that and that are completely missing. They fried. And so those are what we're going to take out today, and we're going to repair. I'm going to have to get a screwdriver or pliers or something to pry on those and get those out. But we're going to get those taken out, and we're going to head into town, and we'll get this thing going again. All right, so I would never recommend you guys do this at home, but I've been trying to pry this fuse out of here, and I don't have a pliers on hand, and the garage door's froze shut. It only gets better. So I pried it up with a screwdriver that I had in a plow truck, and I've never seen a fuse like this before, but I'm a muscle car guy. I don't deal too much with these newer vehicles. So that's the culprit right there. You can see the whole top is missing, and it's all charred and burned on the inside. And I noticed there's another one that's broke too. So we're going to take this and make our voyage into town and see if we can get some new fuses and get this thing back on the road. All right, all sorts of fun. Let's get going. Earlier I talked about the snow that was going to be rolling in. Here I stopped at the lake. Check out those skies. I think that's going to put a little urgency into getting into town right away. All right. By the magic of YouTube, I'm already back from town. And I got a couple new fuses. We're going to go ahead and stick these babies in there and finally be done with it. All right, let's fire up the truck and we'll see if this plow is working. Oh, come on. Here we go. All right, let's fire her up and see how it reacts. All right, the moment of truth. Truck is fired up. So here's the switch down here is what burnt out, and that's a toggle for my lights. Let's go ahead and try this plow and see if it comes up. Yep, she came all the way up and just dropped down. All right, everything's working the way it should be. I'm gonna broaden the road a little bit in here, and I kind of cleared out a little bit for the neighbors too. So let's take this down the road and see how she works. If we ever need any emergency people to get down here, a fire truck or anything like that, it helps to have it opened up for them. And then also we're going to open it up in case if we get a whole boatload of snow this year. I mean, more so than what we already have. I want this to be opened up as wide as possible. Okay, so that problem's fixed. I've got the driveway pretty well plowed out here. And we are ready to go. Alright, that's one more project done. Let's see what else we got going on. So, I don't know if you can see, but in the cabin, hopefully this shows up. It's 70 degrees in here Fahrenheit, with 30% humidity. It's real comfortable. Okay, so this just happened. I started taking the window treatments down because this week I brought up a whole bunch of lumber to go ahead and start framing out these windows. I kind of want to get away from videos where I just come up here and socialize. There's a ton of YouTube channels out there that do just that. It's more of a social hour, but rather I like to have a little bit of quality and teach people a skill from time to time. And when I brought this lumber out to go ahead and frame out this window, this mark here, this is 4.5 inches, and for some reason I was thinking that it was 3 inches, so I picked up the wrong size lumber. So this is going to be a flop for this week. And besides that, when I was sitting here, I noticed water was dripping from right here. This cabin has been one of the best built buildings that I've had. I know I've taken some flack from some people because it's a tiny cabin or a shed cabin, but you know what? That's what I wanted. I wanted to have something that was small and maintenance free. The time for a bigger cabin will come, but right now isn't the right time. And it's not what my hopes were. So I wanted this to be a rustic off-grid cabin with few conveniences. I wanted to get back in touch with what it was like to be able to have to work for what you need to make a living, and I enjoy that style of life. But anyways, here I go rambling on, getting off tangent. This water started coming out of here, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? I haven't had any problems. Haven't had mice problems, nothing. And now I got simple water coming through. I knew it was too good to be true. Well, I went outside, and the last couple weeks were brutal. We had really warm weather up here, and it rained, unbeknownst to me, and we have a layer of ice on top of about 10 inches of snow, and then we've got about another 18 inches of snow on top of that is still sitting on the roof. And I'm sure they may have had more snow up here, but a lot of it blew off or melted. But we got a big ice dam up there, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a ladder up and quick remove the ice dam. Anyways, I made the trek here into the side yard, and that's where my biggest spot of ice damming was coming through, and the ice was solid against this window, and it went up underneath that top eave there. And when the cabin started to warm up, everything went inside and started to show itself. So maybe it's a blessing that I had the wrong size wood this week. I'm gonna have to go and get a snow rake, and I don't want to crawl up on that roof because with that ice I'd be putting myself at risk. But I'm gonna go in town, get a snow rake, and we'll rake that snow off there. I just threw a ladder up there, and you can see I made a little bit of a dent, and it's no longer leaking in the cabin. So all right, if you're gonna go into this venture, not all times are gonna be easy. And just want you guys to know how grateful I am for you and all the friendships that I've developed here off of YouTube. I've had a number of my subscribers that I talk to via email, and I appreciate their staying in touch with me. When I developed this channel, I wanted this channel to be a group of like-minded people that could share our experiences in life and our experiences outdoors, and we could all help each other be a little bit more self-reliant, and I think there's a lot of value in that. So enjoy these next couple minutes of video clips. I want to end this video on a good note, and yeah, we'll catch you next time on Carl's Off the Grid.